What if everyone on Earth jumped at the same time? Imagine this. At exactly noon, every single person on Earth, babies, astronauts on the ISS, even that one guy who's always napping, crouches down and jumps as high as they can. What would happen? Would the planet shake? Would we knock Earth out of orbit? Or would it just be the world's most underwhelming flash mob? First, let's do the math. There are roughly 8 billion people on Earth with an average weight of about 62 kilograms, 137 pounds. A good jump exerts a force roughly equal to your weight. So if everyone leaps about 0.3 meters, 1 foot, into the air, the total energy of the jump would be around 2.5 trillion joules. That sounds like a lot, until you realize it's only equivalent to a small nuclear bomb, about 0.6 kilotons of TNT. The Earth, meanwhile, weighs 5.97 times 10 to the 24th kilograms. Compared to that, our collective jump is like an ant sneezing on an elephant. But wait, what about earthquakes? Surely 8 billion landings would at least rattle the planet a little. Nope. The energy released wouldn't even register on seismographs. The 2004 Indian Ocean earthquake released 20,000 times more energy than our global jump. The Earth is just too big, too heavy, and too indifferent to our tiny human antics. Now, the fun part. Where should we jump for maximum chaos? If everyone gathered in one place, say New York City, the sudden weight shift would be noticeable. The city's infrastructure would groan under the impact, sidewalks might crack, and pigeons would panic. But spread out across the planet, nothing happens. The forces cancel out. The Earth doesn't budge. But here's the real kicker, Newton's third law. When you jump, you push the Earth down just as hard as it pushes you up. The problem? Earth is 10 to the 23rd times more massive than humanity combined. So, while we soar a foot into the air, the planet moves downward by less than the width of a single atom. And then gravity immediately pulls everything back into place. The universe barely notices. Still, let's dream bigger. What if we all jumped at the exact same spot, like the middle of the Pacific Ocean? The splash would be legendary, but the water would absorb most of the energy. Tsunami? Not even close. The waves would dissipate harmlessly. What if we all jumped inside the Grand Canyon? The echo might last a few extra seconds, but the rocks wouldn't care. The only real casualty? Your downstairs neighbor. If you live in an apartment building, a synchronized global jump would be indistinguishable from your upstairs neighbor's daily stomping routine. The real disaster isn't planetary, it's domestic. So, in the end, the most dramatic outcome of a global jump would be millions of sprained ankles. Some people can't stick the landing. A brief moment of unity, followed by everyone going back to arguing online. A very confused alien astronomer wondering why Earth briefly twitched. The verdict? We wouldn't move the Earth, but we'd make one heck of a meme. Now, who's organizing the event?